Drake has always been known for his unconventional moves in the music industry, but this week's events surrounding Some Sexy Songs 4 You have surprised even the most experienced chart analysts. In just a few days, this album, which had been out for months, became one of the top-selling albums in America due to a single strategic change. The collaborative project with PartyNextDoor saw an astonishing 8,557% increase in sales, allowing it to re-enter the upper ranks of Billboard's influential charts. After months of a steady but modest presence in streaming, the album experienced a revival thanks to an unexpected format. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. While vinyl may seem like an unusual choice for an artist like Drake, who rose to fame in the digital era, it turned out to be the key factor in one of his most significant sales increases. The data is clear. Prior to the vinyl release, Some Sexy Songs 4 You sold just over 100 physical copies in the previous tracking week. Following the vinyl launch, sales skyrocketed to nearly 9,300 copies in just 1 week. This wasn't merely a comeback. It was a revival that propelled the album to number 7 on the top album sales chart and even higher in genre-specific rankings. On the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart, the album climbed back to number 2, and it continued to perform well on the top rap albums list, solidifying its status as a reliable chart contender. Notably, Drake and PartyNextDoor achieved their first top 10 placement on the vinyl albums chart, debuting at number 4, a level they had not reached before. This sudden surge has led to much speculation within the industry. Was the vinyl release a strategic marketing move? A reaction to Kendrick Lamar's dominance on the charts? Or is it simply another instance of Drake's remarkable ability to leverage every trend, even those outside his usual realm? What's clear is that these numbers reflect not just fan engagement, but also cultural, strategic, and commercial dynamics. In an industry often fixated on first-week sales and digital streams, this resurgence driven by vinyl serves as a unique case study on how legacy, timing, and format can come together to reshape the narrative of an album long after its initial release. Drake is no stranger to Billboard success, having been at or near the top for nearly 2 decades with albums like Take Care, Views, and Certified Lover Boy. However, unlike many chart toppers, he has primarily built his success through streaming. Until now, physical sales, particularly vinyl, were not part of his story. But that has now changed. The success of Some Sexy Songs 4 You on vinyl indicates a growing demand among Drake's fans for tangible, collectible formats. Vinyl records have evolved beyond being just a niche interest for dedicated listeners or classic rock reissues. They have become a significant cultural phenomenon, and now Drake is part of this trend. Additionally, Drake's collaboration with PartyNextDoor continues to yield positive results. PartyNextDoor has cultivated a devoted fan base, and their chemistry has consistently proven effective. In this album, their synergy is evident not only in the music, characterized by a mix of late-night R&B, intimate whispers, and polished production, but also in how fans embrace the project as a complete experience, making it worthy of physical ownership. However, this increase in interest goes beyond just the format of the music. The current landscape of hip-hop is also important. With Kendrick Lamar making headlines through his Grand National Tour and his high-profile rivalry with Drake, any significant move from the Toronto artist, especially one that results in an astonishing 8,500% sales increase, draws attention. Even if this surge wasn't a direct reaction to Kendrick's prominence, the timing has certainly benefited Drake, reminding both fans and critics of his enduring commercial power. Moreover, this surge highlights the lasting emotional impact of Some Sexy Songs 4 You. Released in early 2025 to mixed reviews but strong fan support, the album didn't achieve the cultural impact of a typical Drake release, yet it remained relevant. Songs like Nostalgia Boulevard, Nightcap Confessions, and 3 a.m. in Toronto Part 2 became staples on playlists. Gradually, the album gained traction, and the vinyl release provided the spark it needed to re-enter the conversation. This was reflected in the Billboard 200, where Drake and PartyNextDoor climbed back into the top 5, landing at number 5 overall, with over 47,000 equivalent album units sold this week, a 17% increase from the previous week. For an album that was fading in popularity, this jump signifies more than just excitement. It reflects loyalty, strategy, and legacy. We should also consider the larger market dynamics at play. Vinyl sales have surged across the industry in recent years, with Gen Z surprisingly driving much of this growth. In a world dominated by streaming, physical media, especially vinyl, has re-emerged as a status symbol, a collectible, and often a preferred listening format. Artists who previously overlooked vinyl are now heavily investing in deluxe editions, colored pressings, and immersive artwork. Drake seems to have entered this space with genuine intent rather than as a casual participant. The vinyl release of Some Sexy Songs for You was not a basic offering. It included exclusive liner notes, sleek minimalist artwork, and 2 unreleased interludes that are only available in the physical format. These types of extras aren't merely for fans. They clearly show that Drake is fully embracing the vinyl culture on its own merits, rather than just using it for publicity. As Billboard and Luminate monitor sales trends, it will be intriguing to see if this increase in interest continues. Will Some Sexy Songs for You maintain its position on the charts next week? Could it prompt Drake to release more of his past work on vinyl, including older mixtapes and classic albums that have yet to be pressed? Will fans continue to engage? The response from fans on social media may hold the answer. Throughout the week, platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter, were alive with unboxing videos, stylish shelf displays, and fan testimonials claiming this album finally sounded like Drake again. Whether fueled by nostalgia, appreciation for the music, or love for the physical product, the reaction was genuine and overwhelming. PartyNextDoor, who often remains in the background of larger OVO projects, also received a rare moment of recognition. The vinyl release gave him more visibility, with fans praising his subtle contributions and rich vocal textures that contribute to the album's late-night vibe. Some even suggested that this could lead to a solo vinyl release of PartyNextDoor 2 or his self-titled debut, both of which are long overdue for the format. Yet, despite all the business insights, chart statistics, and industry implications, what transpired this week boils down to one simple fact: Drake continues to shape culture. Whether through controversy, competition, or strategically timed vinyl releases, he knows how to assert his presence without uttering a word. In a week filled with headlines from his competitors, Drake let the numbers do the talking, and they were loud. While Some Sexy Songs for You may not have initially been seen as Drake's defining release for 2025, in a twist only he could manage, it could turn out to be the year's most unexpected comeback. An album that many viewed as a low-key drop has transformed into a case study in longevity, fandom, and the significance of physical media in the streaming era. It's too soon to determine if Drake's entire discography will follow suit with vinyl releases. However, if this week is any indication, Some Sexy Songs for You likely won't be the last to experience a resurgence, and Drake's ability to adapt is far from finished. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.